Channel 7 reporter Peter Doherty is in a helicopter over the city. He says he's been watching a huge chunk of floating walkway drift 5 k's down the Brisbane River and threaten the Gateway Bridge.
The breaking news this morning has been the battle to save our biggest bridge, the Gateway Bridge. It links the north and south side of Brizzy, out near the airport. Anyone who's come to Brizzy would have travelled over it. And a huge section of floating walkway in town broke away, travelled 5 kilometres downriver and threatened to take out one of those supports. And a couple of guys in tugboats have done the most amazing job of manoeuvring. I'm not talking about a little section of walkway. It's the size of a football field. It's the length of a football field. And they've managed to keep it in the centre of the river and thus avoiding disaster all the way along. Incredible.
We've been wondering to ourselves, Peter, as we've seen your particular shots, what happens when they've escorted it through the mouth of the river? Do they let it go?
Mate, we're going to go out and check that. I reckon they will let it go, because for the moment there could be another section coming down in the next half an hour. I mean, there's another few hundred metres of potential walkway that could go. So I think the primary aim, get it out into the Moreton Bay and deal with it later. I think that will be the game plan. There are shipping containers, there's boats, there's vessels, there's all sorts of crap going out into Moreton Bay. And to get Brisbane open again as a functioning port, all that stuff's going to have to be herded and shepherded out of those shipping lanes. But, mate, I think right now the focus is save the bridges and then worry about what's going out in the Moreton Bay after.
And a tugboat operator's being hailed a hero after he stopped a massive chunk of the Riverwalk from hitting Brisbane's Gateway Bridge. The 300-metre stretch of the walk broke free and went careering down the river, only to be guided by the vessel safely into Moreton Bay. Darren from Brisbane Star Cruiser saw the tug guide the debris under the bridge.
I've been working on the river for over 30 years now, and that was just absolute art of what he did. There's not too many masters on the Brisbane River that could manoeuvre a vessel like that, especially not being tied up to it. And it was just absolute art. I don't think a lot of people realise he's really an unsung hero.